Right guys, so welcome back to a brand new episode of the fastest F1 car, and today we are here, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, with the 1991 Jordan, which is the car in which Michael Schumacher made his debut with, and that's who we are driving with here today around the Circuit de Catalunya. And also guys, if you have missed the first two episodes, there will be a link in the top right hand corner to both the most recent episode with the 2002 Ferrari, and also a link to the full playlist so far, as we have only done two cars before this one. So if you have, missed some previous cars in the series, and go watch them guys before jumping back into this one. And today we are here with the Jordan. You can see now on the right hand side of your screen, and there is the current lap time board, and currently the Ferrari from 2002 is quickest, and it is quite a way quicker than the Jordan, about 6.2 seconds quicker, so quite a lot. I'm not quite convinced I got the maximum out of the Jordan, even though it felt quick at the time. The car just generally, I just struggled to get a good setting on it. And, in this series, of course, we don't do really in-depth setup work. All we normally do is just fuel, tyres, possible engine modes, and brakes. So other than that, we don't really change anything else in the setup. We keep it relatively simple and, true to what the car was at the time. Either way, we're here with this Jordan, and again, an absolutely fantastic piece of machinery, and I'd love to drive this with a H-pattern, because I believe this was a manual gearbox, of course, but I don't actually have one on me, and that's a real shame. Other than that, though, it's still an absolute beast of an F1 car. V12 engine, I believe, as well in this one, so the first V12 car of the series, 6 gears, and we're going to see exactly what she's all about here today, with the Goodyear tyres, of course, on the car as well, for good measure, and yeah, we're going to see exactly what this beast can do. I feel like I could potentially challenge the 2000 Jordan with this car. Maybe not mainly close, but like I said, I'm not too convinced that 2000 Jordan was the quickest. So could a car that's 9 years older potentially challenge it? I guess we'll find out. Either way, let's get underway and let's see what she has in store. And let's have a little bit of fun with this absolute monster of a V12 F1 car. Okay, so here we are then in the cockpit. Pretty standard cockpit for the cars at the time, of course, and no complex buttons. But let's give her a little rev and let's see how she sounds first and foremost. Now that is some serious power. Right, let's get underway then, and let's slowly roll off. Oh man, this sounds absolutely fantastic. I might have to turn the sound at the minute down on the edit afterwards, but hopefully you guys will look forward to the replay cam views later on in the video from both T-Cam and also TV camera. But yeah, we're going to have to get used to the manual H pattern. There's a little bit of a blip in between gears, of course, due to the change of gears, so it's not as seamless as modern day gearboxes. Also, we can't rape the gears either under braking, so I might take my statement back. I don't think we will beat the 2000 Jordan. I can already tell this car might not have the minerals for it, but if I can keep this below 130, I'd be quite happy. Again, that's a complete guess, no real idea what the pace is, but for now, it feels pretty good. This is default settings as the car arrives, as will be linked down below in the description for you guys to go check out for yourselves. But it's quite an easy car to drive, to be fair. These retro cars can be a little bit easier in the sense that there's less gears to worry about. There's no DRS, there's no KERS, there's no ERS. There's nothing to worry about except for just driving the bloody thing, which is what a lot of us like. So yeah, overall quite exciting. You also, these cars back in the day, with, of course, with the manual H patterns, you could mess around with gears a lot more. Oh, that backfire sounded unreal. You'll definitely catch some backfire in a minute. Let's see if we can do some here. Not quite. You might catch some on the replay though later on in the video. Right, so first lap done. Feels pretty easy to drive, but obviously I've not really pushed it yet. Here we go then. I'm not going to go flat through here. I don't quite feel confident now. We're going to get the power down. Let's see how many Ks we can hit down towards turn 1. Up to 6th gear. 280. 290, and we are going to break the 300 barrier already with default settings. On the brakes, shoes lock up into turn 1. Should have kept it in 3rd on the entry there. You tend to use higher gears in these cars because the shifting takes time and you can lose optimal exit speeds. But so far so good actually. Gonna go 4th on entry here, then we'll drop it to 3rd. Back up to 4th on a short shift, doesn't quite work for us though. We get up the grass a little bit. Easy does it through here. Oh, back end slips out as I clip my mic. Exact same place where we lost it, I believe, with the Jordan and the Ferrari. We keep binning it at the corner. Well, I'm going to continue on to try and get a lap time on the board. This car feels fantastic. As we, oh dear, right. Let's try and actually get a lap done first. But this car feels like a monster. Another thing I've noticed as well, of course, with manual gearboxes, heel and toe is absolutely critical to really maximise performance. It's not something that I do too often. I might try and do it if I feel like I'm losing lap time. It's not something I'm very good at, to be honest. Shout out to Jimmy Broadbent. He's someone who I know can do heel and toe really well. Oh, damn it, this corner. I've got to keep it in third gear. This car likes the higher gears. Simple as that. Even though it's called heel and toe, which is when you use your right foot to brake and accelerate, I'm not using a manual clutch, so I'm going to try and use my right foot to heel and toe a little bit, even though it's foot and foot, if that makes any sense. See if we can get that to work. So far, so good. It feels really weird to do because you're meant to be braking and you're accelerating briefly to get the revs up. So far, so good though. It's working okay. Oh, a little bit wide there, but it's been a good lap so far. Heel and toe is working well. Inverted commas heel and toe. I can start to push it a little bit now and find some lap time. A little bit wide there, but we just about get it slowed down. It's taking me practice. It feels so unnatural to heel and toe while I was using both feet, but like I said, I'm not using the manual H pattern, so it feels weird using the clutch for no reason. Keep it in third through here. Another little downshift, a second, and we can just throw the car in. The back end sticks, which is what we want. Going to try and ease it through here. There we go, power down. Right, we're going to finish our first lap up to the line. And it's a 32.2, so my prediction was more or less correct. I think we could get that underneath a 130. I'll try one more lap and then we're going to start making some setup work as we go on for another lap here. Oh, damn it. Just dipped the wheel in the grass. That's all she wrote. Right, we're going to do some setup work as I've got very little grip on the grass here and see if we can try and improve on that lap time. Okay, so I'm currently on the out lap. We do have 5 available compounds. So we was on the intermediate, the middle of the 5. Sorry, we was on the third one. I'm now on the 4th, which is these tires are labelled A, B, C, and D, and E. So I'm not quite sure what they are, but I'm assuming this is a softer compound. We still have one more softer compound to go, but I want to try this one first just to see if it is softer, and then we'll go for the all out. I've also reduced the fuel by half from 70 to 35 litres. So let's see how it goes. It does feel quicker on the out lap, so let's give it some. There we go, a little bit more brave for the final corner. Not quite flat, of course, nowhere near. But we'll try and go for a better lap. Heel and toe, absolutely critical for the fast lap time in this car, of course. So here we go, let's try again. Down to the turn 1. A bit early in the brakes there, but better safe than sorry. Because you want to kind of sacrifice turn 1 to get a better turn 2. And that in turn opens up turn 3. Oh, you've got to wait so long to get the power down through there. You've got to be so patient. Forgot to heel and toe to third gear, but that's okay, we'll get away with that. Keep it out the grass and the gravel. There we go. A little bit of a lock up on entry, but we'll get away with that one again. The nature of this car, it's quite a sturdy car. And you can see my heel and toe, my inputs in the bottom left as we spin it. Damn it, I was pushing a bit too much there. You can see what I'm doing on the braking, but what I mean by heel and toe. It's really, really interesting. It's something that, like I said, I really, really do. I haven't done it in years, actually, since I was my last H shift with my old wheel, which was about 2-3 years ago now. So this is my first time. It isn't too bad, actually. I was never that great at anyway. But yeah, this car, I'm absolutely loving it. It feels so manual. It's all up to you in your hands. And, you know, it depends how good you are at heel and toe as to how fast you can really go with this car and how much confidence you find with it. Oh dear, that's not the best start to the lap. Jeez. Right, let's quickly correct this one. Yep, we're just gonna go up here. This is what I tend to do. If I spin at the final corner before I start my lap, we'll just correct it real quick and gloss over the mistake. Not quite the best hairpin. I do struggle to get that slowed down because there's so many gears you have to go down for heel and toe, which I tend to struggle with. I'm also going to try and keep it in a higher gear through this section. Through the final few corners now. Oh, I've overcommitted there. Damn it. No, I was on a good lap as well. I was up. Crap. Oh, this car's starting to challenge now. Now we're starting to push. It's becoming a bit of a challenge. Oh, crap. Damn it. Right, you know what? We're going to go all out. The car does feel quicker with the setup tweaks. I'm going to go all out and go for a full-on quality setup and push this car to the absolute limit. Pushing the limits on the outlap, just trying to see where the grip is. Another mistake to chalk up on the tally. Okay, so making our way towards the end of the lap after that spin earlier on. So, we've now put 10 litres of fuel in the car, so 20 litres less. And we're now running what I believe is the qualifying tyre. I believe back in this day they had a qualifying tyre, so that's what we're using now. So let's try and use that and extract the maximum out of it. Through the final corner, almost flat. Just trying to find the right timing for the gears, but here we go. On to our first proper qualifying flat out lap here. Down towards turn 1. Let's try and break as late as we can. Bit of a lock up on entry, that wasn't ideal. I slammed the brakes too much. I was too focused on the heel and toe. But we'll push on anyway. A lot more grip now, we can push through here quite a bit. Serious speed on the car. If we finish a lap, we're going to be well below the 130s, I think. Keep it out of the grass there. I was holding my breath. Easy does it there. Nicely done on the downshifts. Nice exit. Right. Keep it tidy through here. Oh, back and getting a little bit loose, but we'll keep it flat. We'll keep our foot planted on the exit. Down 1 gear through turn 9. Speed over the crest. That's okay. A little bit scruffy so far this lap, but we'll take it. Hairpin time. That was quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. 3.3 up. This would be a good lap if we finish it. Oh, we're a bit loose there. Tyres are starting to screech a bit, I feel. Towards the end of the lap, let's not throw away this time. Let's try and keep it nice and tidy. On the brakes, through the chicane. Nice and gingerly. On the gas. There we go. Job done. That's a better lap. Up to the line. And it's a 26.9. Whoa, that's a massive improvement. Like I said at the start of the video, we could challenge the 2000 Jordan, and we almost have. We've missed out by a very small margin. Well, I guess that's the target. Can we beat the 2000 Jordan? Let's find out. Let's wander up and let's run it back and let's try again. But that is possibly a challenge on the cards. We're about 3/10 off. 126.611 was, I believe, was the Jordan time. So let's try and aim for that. You can always find 3/10 in this car, especially with heel and toe. Oh crap! Straight away we've absolutely been that. And that was a much better turn 1 as well. We didn't lock up, we kept it nice and clean, but the rear came round. Oh, damn it. Ah, crap. Another mistake. I'm starting to understand it now. You can't really brake that late in this car. If you do, that's when the rear comes round, even though you've done your gear shifts right. You need to get the braking done early and kind of let the car roll in and really focus on your exits. That's how this car, I find, seems to work best for me. So we'll try again. Oh no, damn it, I was 8/10 up. First gear absolutely killed me there. I was coming in a bit too hot into the hairpin. Damn. Well, looks like there is a maybe even a 25 there, to be honest with you. Wide there on the limit. There we go, not my best hairpin, but it will do. Oh, the car's getting a bit loose, a bit sideways. Loosey-goosey on the rear end, come on, 2 more to go. A bit loose again on the entry there, just control it, we're kind of sliding the car through here. Pretty much flat, this could be the lap, come on, up to the line. Yes, there it is. 25.7, and we've done it. Wow, what a lap. Whew. This car is unreal. So guys, there it is, and that is it for this episode here today. And the 1991 Jordan does slot in to second place, overtaking the 2000 car. I think I might rerun that car at some point, possibly, because I feel like it should be quicker, but for some reason I really struggled to. Maybe that is just, the nature of the car. Certain things, certain setups. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this, and this car was an absolute beast to drive. It was probably my favourite car so far in the series to drive, even more than the 2002 Ferrari. It was just so much fun, because the 02 Ferrari felt a bit unstable at times. This just felt unstable, but I was still in control, and that's the difference. I could still make it happen. I had a lot of spins, but that was because I was pushing to the limit, and I quite enjoy that. And the car was just a joy to drive. The V12 is fantastic, and yeah, I love doing the manual downshifts with the heel and toe to maximise the lap time and really fine performance. But guys, that is it for this episode here today. And if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, and also subscribe if you are new for daily Formula One content. And also check out these two videos on your screen. Also check out the last episode, guys, and the full playlist so far. And yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this video here today. And I'll see you in my next episode very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.